call me Master Zen cause I'm a flicky bands.
You see the stupid title pronounced in time. Hold on. I think let's get into it.
The story is really starting to pick up at this point. We're really starting to get into the thick of things, and so without any further ado, let's just jump into it, bro. So we cut back to Ozaki, right? He's currently in the whip that he threw Koda in without any sort of permission or consent, but he's currently in the whip and he's driving off to somewhere. Like, bro is definitely speeding, bro. We literally see the tire smoke coming off the street, but we get a look at Koda, right? He's crumpled up inside of the trunk of Ozaki's car and he's just sitting there thinking like, bro, where the hell is this dude Ozaki taking me? Bear in mind, right? Koda and Ozaki are like just now starting to form their partner relationship, so I'm sure in Koda's mind he still has his suspicions about Ozaki. For all he knows at this point, Ozaki could be the terrorist, and so yeah, bro is probably pretty scared right now. But we cut back to the Babel Hotel, right? This episode is gonna have a lot of cutting back and forth between different locations. All of our characters are starting to scatter around different parts of Japan, but we cut back to the Babel, and within the Babel we get a look at the Babel VIP elevator. Now I want you to think about this real quick. The Babel in and of itself is a hotel made for VIPs. It's a hotel made for the richest of the rich, and so to warrant a VIP elevator within the VIP hotel, you gotta be a different breed of importance, bro. You really have to be. The elevator opens up and we get a look at who's inside the elevator. And inside this elevator, we see three men. We see two dudes who kind of look like bodyguards, and then one dude in the middle who's in like this traditional Japanese attire. We then get a full page spread of the middle dude, bro.
Mr. Minister. What the okay. Prime Minister Isoka Ikichi.
This is Prime Minister
Kichi.
Isoda Kichi. This is basically the president of Japan, bro. If we're talking importance in Babel, a story that takes place in Japan, there's probably literally no one more important in this country, and so that would probably explain why they have a Babel VIP elevator if they have literal presidents coming through and staying at this hotel. So we get a look at the Prime Minister, right? And before long we're getting
that boy need to go to the gym, boy.
A look at why the Prime Minister is in the Babel in the first place. We cut to a room that he went to on the top floor of the Babel, and in this room is the Prime Minister, his bodyguards, and Madame Mitsuishi, the fortune teller that we've been talking about earlier, the same one who met Koda earlier. Madame Mitsuishi, she hands the Prime Minister like these little rice cakes, like these little treats, basically just like a little gift, a welcome gift. And, you know, the Prime Minister, big hungry ass, start eating them up. The Prime Minister,
big bag head ass,
being formal, he's like, you know, thanks for the sweets. He eats one, but he's like, I'm trying to cut back on the sweets actually. You know, just trying to look out for my health, make sure I don't kick the bucket anytime soon. Madame Mitsuishi, being the fortune teller she is, she's like, don't worry, Mr. Prime Minister, you won't be dying for a long time. These two go on to talk for a bit longer, and as they talk, we learn a couple of things about the relationship between the Prime Minister and Madame Mitsuishi. Apparently, these two are childhood friends, and not only are they childhood friends, Madame Mitsuishi is actually heavily responsible for the Prime Minister being in the position that he is today. Basically, before Madame Mitsuishi, he was just like sort of a low-tier gang boss, kind of just a small fry, but through having a literal fortune teller on his side, he was able to rise the ranks all the way up to basically the most powerful person in Japan. It kind of reminds me of like that dude from Hunter x Hunter. I think he was like the mafia boss dude that Karapika was working for, where like he was able to become the gang boss because his daughter had the future sight and ability or something like that. I don't remember the specifics, but these two, right, they're talking, and Madame Mitsuishi, as she tends to do, she's drawing her tarot cards, and once again as she's drawing her tarot cards, she pulls the tower. Upon seeing that she's pulled the tower, Madame Mitsuishi, you know, she gets worried again. She gets nervous. The Prime Minister, seeing this expression on Madame Mitsuishi, he's like, is everything okay? Is something
you good, little nigga?
Mitsuishi, she still looks scared, bro. She's like, I keep drawing this tower, bro. I keep drawing this ominous card. I feel like something terrible is going to happen. The Prime Minister, hearing this from the fortune teller, is concerned. He's like, something terrible. And Madame Mitsuishi's like, I don't know, bro. I have a feeling that Tokyo, no, all of Japan will be destroyed. The Prime Minister, you know, he starts probing her further. He's like, by an earthquake? And Madame Mitsuishi's like, no, something bigger. The Prime Minister, he grabs another rice cake with his lying ass. That's 2 out of 4 rice cakes. His big ass said he was about to cut back. I don't see him cutting back, but you know what? I'm gonna let it slide, bro. But the Prime Minister, he tells Madame Mitsuishi, like, you know, if this were anybody else, I'd probably doubt what they're saying right now, but since I know your stamp, since I believe in your abilities, I'm gonna need you to tell me more. Madame Mitsuishi, she starts rubbing her head, right? She's like, I've just had this vague sense of unease all day. Like, I feel worse than I ever have with this fortune telling stuff. The prime minister is like, did you see the future? Do you know exactly what's gonna happen? And Madame Mitsuishi, she's like, you know, not exactly, but I feel like there's gonna be a war. Like the whole planet just seems to be covered in this evil aura. We get a look at the prime minister. He's smiling now. I should expect no.
Hold on. Nigga, I thought you was supposed to like, I don't know, bro. Just see. Fucking hell, bro. This English. Just see if that shit works. If it doesn't work, then you have to download that APK Pure or whatever shit. Okay, back to the next shit.
Yes, of Japan's greatest spiritualist. We get a zoom out shot, right? We see the prime minister's whole face, and he looks about jovial as hell, bro. He's like,
I ain't happy as hell.
But what a tragic irony. He's speaking to Madame Mitsuishi. He's like, but what a tragic irony. No matter how talented of a spiritualist you are, you cannot see your own destiny. We look down at Madame Mitsuishi. She's like, you know what I mean? She's taking it back. She's like, hold on, bro. What the hell is about to happen? All of a sudden, the two bodyguards dash across the room, grabbing Madame Mitsuishi and restraining her, pushing her back against her chair. One of the bodyguards pulls out a vial and a syringe. He starts loading the syringe with the solution that's in the vial. Madame Mitsuishi's like, whoa, what's going on, bro?
Bro, what the hell that goofball doing, man?
He's on the third rice cake. He's not cutting back on shit, bro. As he's eating this rice cake, he's, you know, kind of just talking to Madame Mitsuishi. Honestly, he seems more focused on the snacks than he does the person who's about to murder. But he's like, you know, there's only one way to keep someone as connected as you quiet. He's basically telling her, like, you know too much. Madame Mitsuishi, she's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? One of the bodyguards grabs her head and tilts it to the side so that her neck is exposed. The other bodyguard takes the syringe and administers a lethal injection.
It's like, bro, it doesn't make sense because she doesn't look like she finna like a rat on that boy. For me, like, tell that boy secrets. But hey, niggas gonna say, bro, sometimes you just gotta be, you feel me? Just gotta be safe, man.
Prime Minister watching all this, he's just,
bro, this fat ass nigga, bro.
As Madame Mitsuishi falls back onto her chair, starts spazzing, foaming at the mouth, basically dying right there. And after she's gone, or after she stopped moving rather, the prime minister kind of just looks at her with a slightly disappointed but honestly unfazed expression. He's just like, forgive me, but this is for the future of Japan. We then cut back to an unknown location, an undisclosed location, and in this location, Ozaki with his Ferrari having asses pulling up, right? He's finally letting Koda out of the trunk. Immediately after seeing the light of day again, Koda's like, where are we? What's going on? And Ozaki, he doesn't really say anything. He just keeps walking forward. He's like, bro, just shut up and follow me, bro. Koda, he looks to the side. He sees this security guard that's defending this unknown location has been knocked out. And he's like, bro, what is this place? Ozaki's like approaching this giant door. He gets to this door, right? He enters a passcode and these two sliding doors kind of open up. They look like these huge concrete doors. They open up, revealing the landfill that we saw in the last episode. Apparently it's a trash island that's on Tokyo Bay. But they're at this trash island, right? Koda, he's walking behind Ozaki. He's like, what exactly are we doing here? Ozaki says nothing. Koda's like, hey, bro, I'm not gonna let you just keep holding me in the dark, bro. Like, tell me what's going on. Ozaki, he keeps walking forward, right? And now Koda at this point is running behind him. He's like, hey, wait up. We then cut back to the babble. Like I said, we're doing a lot of back and forth in this episode. And this time in the babble, we're looking in Naomi's room. Naomi, she's still laying on her bed, holding her belly, and she's just thinking to herself, like, bro, what's happening?
I thought she got her titties out.
We cut over to Kagawa's room, right? The dude who's supposed to be monitoring her, and he's wondering the same thing. He's like, yo, what's going on with Naomi, bruh? He gets a call from Trenchcoat, right? Trenchcoat's like, is Naomi okay? Like, how is she doing? Kagawa, he reports back. He's like, I don't know. She's not really being her usual self. Like, she's kind of just staring off into space, dozed off. I don't know what's going on. Trenchcoat, he's like, I see. And Kagawa, he starts probing for a bit more information. He's like, so what's going on with her, bro? Did something happen to her? And Trenchcoat, he's kind of just like, not that I know of. Like, she's been on top of her game. She's been getting these assassinations done. I don't see how there could be any issues. Kagawa, he's eating his chips, right? Still eating his chips with his chopsticks. Weird ass nigga. He's like, maybe she has a stomach ache? And Trenchcoat is like, stomach ache? What are you talking about, bro? And Kagawa, I bet his ass know about stomach aches. Always eating chips and shit, big hungry ass. But You know, he's eating his chips and he's like, I don't know, I just see she's been holding her stomach for a while. We get a look
My nigga, can y'all just go to the bitch and just ask her? Like, what?
to the other side of
on,
where
man.
the trench coat is. He's no longer in his trench coat. He's in like a suit now. He seems to be in some sort of office. And he's like, you know, he's wondering what's going on with Naomi. We cut back once again to the trash island. Kota, he's still pestering Ozaki to let him know what's going on. He's like, bro, come on, Ozaki, tell me what's going on already. Like, what are you bringing me here for? What are you trying to show me? Ozaki's like, the answer. Kota's like, the answer? What are you talking about, bro? The answer to what? Ozaki, he's a little annoyed. He's like, bro, look down at your feet. Kota, he looks down. And he looks down to see the 2 disembodied domes.
Okay. Come on, bro. This goofball is telling me he's walking straight. You don't see 2 heads in the middle? Come on, bro. Like, what type of, like, unawareness do this guy does? What the fuck? Bro, I need glasses. But clearly this guy he's the one that needs glasses. How the hell you not see them boys out there? Like, what the hell?
Mafia Tony and his bodyguard. Now, bear in mind, Kota, right? He's not really about all this murder shit, bro, about all this underworld shit. This is probably a crazy sight for him to be seeing right now. So he sees those heads, and he literally falls onto his ass, bro. He starts hyperventilating. He's like, you killed him? But you told me, you were just knocking him out. You told me you just had to put him to sleep. Ozaki's like, it wasn't me, bro. Take a closer look at the corpse. Kota, he looks closer, and he sees the bullet wound, the bullet hole in the bodyguard's head. He's like, damn, so if it wasn't you, who could have done this? Who shot, bro? Ozaki's like, that's exactly what I'm trying to find out. That's exactly what I've been looking for. Those are the people that I've been looking for. And I finally made it this far, bro. I finally found where they dispose of the bodies. Now, as he's saying this, Ozaki's like taking off his jacket. He's taking off his shirt. He's kind of stripping low key. And Kota's like, hey, bro.
Man, ain't no one trying to see none of that.
You suddenly get this full page spread, right?
What the fuck, man?
Ozaki's back. Big buff back, brolic back ass nigga, right? And on his back is just tattered with wounds, bro. Tattered with these small little circular wounds, bro. They look like bullet wounds. Kota, he sees these scars and he's like, are those bullet wounds? And Ozaki's like, hell yeah, bro. I was shot with a shotgun in my back when I was only 10. How the fuck Ozaki's big buff OP plot armor Ferrari having ass survived a shotgun shell to the back? You telling me all of them hit his back? All of them pellets hit his back and he's still here? That's one OP ass nigga, bro. I'm sorry. What superpower does he have, bro? What's his quirk, bro? Big All Might ass nigga. But Kota, he sees this, or hears this rather. He hears Ozaki's backstory and he's like, you're kidding, right? No way you would have survived that. Ozaki, he once again goes anger mode, bro, has this wrathful expression on his face, and he's like, you have no idea how many times I wished what I was saying wasn't true. You have no idea how many times I wish this wasn't my reality, because my family was killed right before my eyes. We're then taken to a flashback, or a little mini flashback rather, of Ozaki's past as he's narrating what's going on. He's like, yeah, my mother and father had their heads blown to pieces like watermelons. And he's like, me personally, I tried to protect my sister. I tried to jump in the line of fire, but bro, I was 10. There's only so much I could do. And, that's how he got all those bullet pellets on his back. Bro was literally clapped, dead in the back, square in the back meat.
Pause.
Shotgun shell. You gotta respect it, bro. You gotta respect it. W older brother. Kota, he hears this and he's like, holy shit, bro. Like, I never seen an expression like this on Kota's face before, bro. Low-key looking ugly as hell right now, but it's whatever. He's like, I never knew this dude Ozaki had such a dark past. Ozaki, he continues to go on. He continues to monologue, to have his little, edgy anime character backstory monologue story moment. He's like, I somehow miraculously survived and was taken to an orphanage. We're basically getting like the Ozaki lore right now. And he's like, at this orphanage I met Sayuri, and she basically became like an older sister to me. Kota, he takes note of this, right? Because he's never met Sayuri before, so he's like, okay, so Sayuri isn't his biological sister. She's like sort of an adoptive sister of sorts, almost like a stepsister in a way. Ozaki continues to monologue. He's like,
come on, step bro.
For the people that killed my family. He goes on to explain that his father was a detective, and he believes that his father was targeted because, maybe he was targeted by someone who he had a case on. Maybe he was targeted as some sort of retaliation, something like that. And Kota's like, okay, I see what you're getting at. And so who is it? Like, who did it? And Ozaki, he looks disappointed. He's like,
brother, what the fuck, man? Oh, never mind. Hold on. I'm gonna be back. All right, I'm back.
I'm still trying to figure that out. But what I do know is that this person is in the Babel right now. Kota, he's like, bro, swear to God. And Ozaki is like, bro,
He?
I promise, bro. You know, I had to join this organization in order to get this information. Basically, Ozaki's on kind of like an infiltration mission, right? He joined the underworld so that he could join this organization so that he could become closer to the person who killed his father. Basically, he's joining the enemy to sniff out who's in charge so he can get his get back. He explains this to Kota, and then he kicks over a mattress, right? Under this mattress, we see the suitcase lady. She's like stuffed into some sort of washing machine or some type of dryer, something like that. I don't know why these murderers are obsessed with shoving her into these cramped ass spaces, right? Like they couldn't have just beheaded her like Tony Sign-Loon. Kota, he's like, hold on, that's that girl that you were with? And Ozaki was like, yeah, she was one of the targets. She was one of the targets that I was assigned to kill. So I took her to the Babel to, you know what I mean, get her done. Kota's like, bro, how could you help this organization kill people, bro? Like, you're insane. He's like, I understand you're trying to get vengeance for your family, but then Ozaki's like, do you understand though? I don't think you understand, bro. And Kota's like, bro, how many people have you gotten killed so far? Ozaki, he keeps it a buck. He's like, well, we got the cabin attendant, right? We got suitcase lady. And then there's those two, Tony and the bodyguard. And Kota, he's like, damn, bro, I'm working with the murderer. You know, you can just see it on his face. He feels guilty almost by association. Despite everything crazy that's going on right now, it does kind of sound like Kota is finally starting to close in on some answers. He asks Ozaki, he's like, so how did you make it into this organization? Like, how did you make it to the Babel? Ozaki explains, basically he, you know, started doing underground shit, little crimes and shit, little just underworld shit, street shit. And eventually he worked his way up, right? He made a name for himself within the criminal underworld, and eventually he was approached by someone who he knew was involved in one of his father's cases. And Kota's like, well, who were you approached by? Like, who is this person that recruited you from the underworld? And Ozaki looks at him. He's like, the Babel's concierge, Yoko Mizo. Kota.
What the hell? I'm not gonna lie, bro. This reaction is all over the place. My bad, bro. Just there's too many things going on here.
It's like, whoa, bro. Like, all right, let's talk about the implications of this, right? The Babel's concierge, the head person at the Babel right now, the Kota's boss, from what we can tell so far, is tied in with these underground affairs, meaning that at the very least, the entire Babel hotel has some crazy shit going on, bro. This would explain why so many people are coming up missing in the Babel. This would explain why we got people like Glass Eye, Kagawa, right? Who have access to all the Babel security system, who's in there stalking people, right? There's something deeper about this hotel.
That's some bullshit going on, man.
We cut back to the Babel, right? We cut back to Kagawa, who we were just talking about, and he's in there with Trenchcoat, and then we finally get an unobscured look of Trenchcoat's face from the front view.
It's the owner of the Bible things.
And it's Kota's boss. It's the hotel head concierge. He calls Naomi again, right? And as he's talking to her, he's watching her on the security system. He's like, I'm sorry to keep calling you again, Naomi. And Naomi's like, what? Like, what do you want? I told you I have something going on. What is it? Trenchcoat, or concierge rather, since we know who he is now, he's like, I was just worried, right? I was worried that you might not be feeling well. And Naomi, she's like, you know, she's silent. She's just listening. He's like, look, we got 2 more targets that we got to get out of here by New Year's Eve. You know, if we have to, we can call in a substitute to get these assassinations done for you. Naomi, right, she hears this and she looks mad as hell, bro. Like, in her mind, this is disrespect, bro. This is disrespect to her craft.
Why get your bitch ass to it and do the job then? Hey, what?
Like, bro, ain't no problems here, bro. Ain't no substitutions. If you bring a substitute in here, I will assassinate him, bro. She's basically saying she can go assassination for assassination with anyone. I'm not gonna lie, that's big Naomi right now, bro. We then cut back to the trash island once again, going back and forth between the Babel and the trash island.
This guy
is just now starting to come to terms with this information that he's learned. He's like, the concierge, my boss, is part of this organization, part of the terrorist organization. Ozaki, he's like, yes, and you're close to him, right? You work for him. You can look into him yourself if you doubt me, but I'm telling you the truth right now. Kota, you know, he's starting to put 2 + 2 together. He's like, okay, so that's why you wanted to become my friend, right? So that you could get close to the boss. And Ozaki is like, friends? Ain't no friends, bro. We're just partners right now, right? We're partners so that I can get my get back. And Kota's like, right. I get that, but you're worried about getting your vengeance even though you know the whole world will be destroyed in like 6 days. And Ozaki's like, man, f the world, bro. I got to kill the person who got my parents, bro. I have to get my get back for my parents. I don't really care if the world burns. I gotta do what I gotta do. Otherwise, my life will have been meaningless. Koda, he's looking at this dude, right? He's looking at Ozaki, and he has kind of an almost sad expression on his face. Like he feels bad for the man. He's like, wow.
Bro, this nigga looks like he's rizzed up or something. Yeah, like he's blushing. I don't know why. The way he looks.
I never knew how deep this man Ozaki's scars went, bro. Like I never knew how sad of a life he lived. He's like, yeah, Ozaki may have a great life. He may have a Ferrari. He may have, you know, Naomi in that one timeline, all the girls, all the money, whatever. But his life, it's bah! Out of nowhere. We see a hot bullet fly through Ozaki's chest, bruh. Square through his heart. Koda, he's like, what the hell, bruh? Ozaki, he spits out a shit ton of blood, bro. He's like, we've been followed. We then get a look at the sniper who just hit Ozaki, right? We get a look from the sniper's point of view. Somehow Ozaki is still standing after taking
Bro, what the hell is this man on, man?
Think about it, shouldn't be too surprising. Bro took a whole shotgun shell to the back, but we saw that bullet penetrate his chest. And he's still standing? Big impenetrable ass face ass nigga. But the sniper, you know what I mean? He wastes no time, bro. He's like, all right, you can take one shot. How about we give you two? Bah! Shoots him again. This time he drops Ozaki. Ozaki, he's on the ground. He's like, he's talking to Koda, right? He can barely talk now. How can he talk with 2 bullet holes through his lungs? OP ass nigga. Big breath ass nigga. Strong lungs ass nigga. But he's looking at Koda and he's like, Koda, run. And Koda's like, you don't gotta tell that nigga Koda twice. That nigga Koda gets to zoom in. Bullet hits him square in the shoulder, bruh. Koda, he isn't like Ozaki, right? He doesn't have goddamn Ozaki one for all. And so, you know, he hits the ground after this bullet hits him, but he uses the momentum of him hitting the ground to roll over and like hide behind this refrigerator. Now, low key, bro, this refrigerator is the MVP of the whole series.
Nah, man, I need to buy that motherfucking fridge, boy.
Bro, of the whole arc. I don't know how this refrigerator ate 3 sniper bullets and left Koda safe, but regardless, Koda is behind this refrigerator and he's safe enough to not get got by these bullets that are being shot at him. He then thinks back to Yang, right? Yang giving him the rules of time, and Yang in his memory is like, rule number 1, do not die. Remember, if you die, we're all fucked. And Koda, he's thinking like, oh shit, I'm about to die. This is bad. He pulls his phone out of his jacket and he starts calling Yang. He's like, bro, please pick up. Please pick up. We cut over to Yang, right? And Yang, he's over there struggling himself, right? He picks up the phone. He's breathing heavy. He's like, hello? We then get a zoom out shot of Yang. Somehow his old young ass, you know, because he's old and young at the same time, but somehow his old young ass fell out the wheelchair, right? And he didn't have a life alert on him or nothing. And so he's just on the ground struggling, right? We get a look back at the trash island, right? Koda, he's on the phone. He's like, Yang, I need you to reset the timeline. Please, bro, reset the timeline. Like, this shit is urgent. Yang is like, bro, what happened, bro? Because you got to realize, this is a calculated risk for Yang, right? He could reset the timeline, age up, and age into his death. And as Koda's on the phone, the dude with the sniper rifle is approaching him. He's like, Yang, I can explain it to you later, but please, bro, I need you to reset the timeline right now. If you don't, it's a wrap. Yang is like, all right, I'm gonna do it, but you know I only have a few days left in me, bro. When you come back, it could be wraps for me. And Koda's like,
wait, why doesn't the goofball have to, bro, pass on the power to this goofball then?
Like, it's okay, bro. It's gonna be okay. Just please reset the... He feels the barrel of the sniper rifle hit the back of his head. Here come Yang, old ass, right? He's reaching for his pocket watch, which he apparently dropped, but he's going to grab it, right? And luckily for Koda, this murderous ass sniper, you know, he had to get in his last little bit of anime villain yap before pulling the trigger. He's like, you're too careless. You fail as a hotel keeper. Koda, he closes his eyes and he just prays that Yang gets to the watch on time. And just in the nick of time, Yang gets to his watch and resets the timeline, causing Koda to spawn back into December 24th, back into basically where he had started. Yang, right? He spawns back.
It's like, damn, bro, we gotta live another 7 days again? Shit.
Back into December 24th too, right? But he went from old as hell to old as, I don't even know, bro, but he's on.
Man, he's like an inch into the grave. Nah, he peeking over the grave,
his
man.
Last limbs at this point, right? He just barely made it out of this timeline reset alive, bro. We cut back down to Koda, right? And he suddenly feels a sharp pain in his shoulder. He looks down on the ground. Blood is starting to pool on the ground. It's dripping down his arm, off his hand. And he kind of doubles over. He's like, holy shit. So if I go back in time, it doesn't matter. My injuries aren't reset.
Man, that's some stupid ass power, bro.
Falls over, right? He doubles over and Yukiko sees him. She's like, yo, is everything okay? We then you look at Naomi, right? You have to remember Naomi is coming into this hotel on this night, right? This is the first night she comes into the Babel. So she walks into the hotel, right? Everything's chill. She got on her Gucci shades again or whatever. You know, the person at the front desk is asking her like, so how long do you plan on staying here, ma'am? Like, how many days do you need? Naomi looks down, right? Something feels off. The hotel keeper, he's like, ma'am, is everything okay? And Naomi looks down to see that she is suddenly carrying a full-term pregnant baby, bro. The baby that was within...
Why? What the? Oh, why is the? Huh?
her belly in the last timeline became full-term pregnant because of this reset, bruh.
What? Nah, bro. I gotta see the other episode, bro. I'm gonna see your boy. I'm going, man.
Call me Master Zen, cause I'm a flick the bands.